We need to develop a plan. We've been talking about freevocabulary.com for vocabulary. Essay? Send me essays. That's how we'll do it. We're not going to be spending this time. You only have 5 meetings. I know I can bulk you guys up on the math. That's an easy move. When it comes to reading, I want you to do that at home. We can do some stuff in here. There will be things like I don't know if you'd call it grammar. There are these grammar questions. Like, how do you rewrite this sentence, or do we need to? Those. You hate those? Oh, good. That's great. I hate them too. So we'll hate them together. Right, good. Again, you'll divide them. Easy, faster, don't know. Okay? You guys bring the problems here. It's not me saying, okay, 1/3 of you will need this information. And then I spend 15 minutes explaining something that the 2/3 already knows. I don't think that's a good use of time, but that's traditional lecture. Our plan is for you to bring your problem here. And this is what is really cool. What's peer mean? Your classmates. You will probably learn more from the other people in this room than you will from me. And you're going to learn a lot from me. Oh, yes. But the research says that if an explanation is given by a teacher, and then you compare, 6 months from now, how much you retain, compare that to the same explanation given by another student using the language of your generation, you are more likely or less likely to remember the information. From me or from one of your students, one of your peers. Anyone know what the answer is? Yes? Peer. Peer is clearly much better than most teachers. You might say, come on, how can someone who's just learned it teach better than this old guy who's been teaching for 25 years? Well, it's something to do with the language, and you tend to learn, I'm not saying everything, but you're going to tend to learn more if you listen to a peer explain. So when you walk in here, you're going to be coming around with, we're going to clear off the board, and we're just going to put a lot of math problems up there. And if there's some reading problems, there'll be a separate side there. And what's nice is that I'm going to start assigning them. You're going to work on a math problem if you want to learn math. If you want to study the grammar, you'll be with that sort of team. The concept of everybody having to focus on the same problem is a bit old-fashioned. Things don't happen that way. There are universities, there are colleges that have the traditional lecture format. I understand. But I'm giving you basically what's going to happen in the future. There will be more and more online courses. I think you may have heard about this. And on the online courses, the teacher puts lectures in a little videos. And you can flip through the video if it becomes, oh, I already know this, so then you move ahead 15 seconds, a minute. And you're able to get through the material. That's going to be like this course. We're going to be talking about some math problems that you don't need to study, so you'll be working on something else. If there's an algebra problem that we have up on the board, you'll be working on a geometry problem on another board. That's why I like this room. We've got plenty of board space. And if that's not interesting, you're sitting and you're working through your tests. Because For some people who come to this course, they're paying for the attention that they're going to give. They need to have a structure, and this place gives them structure. They don't do any study outside because they are trying to keep their grade point average up, and they have a full life. That's great. If the only thing you do in this course is for the next 14 hours and 10 minutes of class time, is that you're working inside the books, finding out, triaging, and then finding out how to answer those. That will be a useful time. It's not the best way to get a higher score, but that it'll be the reality for some people. Our plan then is for essays, for improving essays, what will you do? Send me an essay and I'll look at it. We're just not going to handle essays in this class. I'm not going to lecture you on how to do a good essay. No. There are more effective ways of handling that. The grammar questions, what are we going to do? Triage. We're going to, you're going to bring the problem to me. We're going to put it up on the board and we're going to solve, you're going to find partners or I'm going to explain it. Same thing with the math. As far as reading goes, reading strategies, I'll sit down with you one-on-one because it's just not effective lecturing on how to do, how to improve your reading speed or whatever. Great. This was a long one.